I wouldn't want to do something if I just had someone always just criticizing me. So it turned to praise. And the praise really turned things around.
One of the stories you actually share in the book, Faith That Sticks, that I thought was so funny was that you were talking about your gratitude jar. And I was thinking, I remember when you did the book about gratitude and you were saying like, I was not working with one of the girls. But what I love is number one, I was like, how is she going to pull this out? Like I got wrapped into the story, but can you share a little bit? But I want you to share the shift in your approach. And so kind of like, that's another gratitude to this shift that you did.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were trying to go a year without grumbling because everyone was grumbling. And I would come up with all these activities that we would do. Like every time you grumble, you have to put a gratitude. Well, then they just kept grumbling. And it's like, I'm not going to put a stupid gratitude in your jar. Like that did not work. And so then I realized like, okay, she would argue with me. It was Florentina, and she gives me permission to tell the story. She laughs about it now, but every time I would tell her to do the kitchen, she would argue with me. Then I was praying about it, and it's like, well, why does she not like to do the kitchen? Because I've been there. You didn't wipe this down. You need to load the dishwasher first. And so it's like this nitpicky mom. And so I'm like, I wouldn't want to do something if I just had someone always just criticizing me. So it turned to praise. And so here she is barely wiping the counter. Florentina, you are doing an amazing job. That counter is sparkling. And she like perks up and then she swipes more of the counter. And like I was putting laundry away, and every time I went through, I would just like start praising her. Pretty soon she's unloaded the dishwasher, scraping off all the dishes. And the praise really turn things around. And so when you catch your kids doing something right, even when we went to therapy when Casey was little, the therapist's like, if he's throwing a cart in the direction of the toy box, like praise him, like you almost got the toy box. Great job. And then they'll perk up. They love praise. And so anytime we continue to criticize, it's just going to harden their hearts. It's just going to push them away from us. But if we praise them like, wow, you're doing such a great job. And that kitchen, like she spent 45 minutes in there just that first day after praising her. It was completely clean. She ended up being the person that always did the kitchen the best. And it reminded me that I need to praise them. And also that night at dinner, I told John, I'm like, you should have seen the kitchen today. It was so amazing because they want to hear us saying the good things that they're doing too. So I think we could really, and especially as moms or their parents, we're just there all day long. And we just can be that negative voice in their head, and we can turn it around when we just start praising. And then they want to please us. They love getting attention for the right reasons, and then they don't have to get attention for the wrong reasons.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is great advice for parenting and marriage.
Yes.
Praise. Don't criticize. Praise. I love it. And even I loved, because I love that you mentioned it here too, because you put it in the book, but not just praising directly to them, let them hear you or catch you praising them to other people. Mm-hmm. I try to be really intentional about praising my kids, but praising my kids to other people. Because so often we just get into these little whiny, messes that we do with our friends and like, my daughter's not doing this, or my daughter, or what. No, like just focus on the praise, focus on the positives, build them up, be their biggest cheerleader. So I love that. And I love that you got like great results with that too, because it's amazing what can happen when we slow down and focus on, not the little tiny things that need to be tweaked, which I have an eye for that. So, but letting it go, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the big scheme of things.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.